Today we are going to make a simple calculator. So let's select empty activity and give it application name a calculator. Next, and then let's add a name activity name called as calculator activity. Once this is done, just click finish. App will be created. Just wait for it. Once the app is created, there will be two files that will be created, Java and XML. So first of all, we are going to work with XML file in order to design our screens and everything. So for this, let's go to XML file. It's too small. Let's increase it. Let's zoom it as shown. And now I'm going to write something like plain text. Why I'm going to get plain text? In order to get an input from users. Let's assign it some ID, and I'm going to make it empty text so that I can have only input as number, empty inputs. Similarly, another text field can be added. And let's allocate an ID and let's keep the text as empty. Now let's add the labels to the text field, so that enter first number, let's say enter second number, and let's try to allocate them IDs. In later use we can use them for changing color, which text is missing or this kind of stuff. And TB1, and let's call it TB2. Let's remove some of the warnings by adding them to strings or suppressing them. Now once this is done, we are going to add three buttons: button add, button sub, and button mul for addition, subtraction, and multiplication in our application. Let's assign each of them an ID and some of the text like plus, minus, star for multiply. Okay, and we are going to add text view for the result, and we are going to add it an ID TV result. And now let's switch to Java file in order to code. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to define our XMLs. How many? 8. So let's assign first of all button, alt enter to add the file, and then like quickly add those text views, button and edit text. And then let's link them to the XML. So first of all buttons, let's link the buttons like btn add is equal to button type and find view by ID r dot id dot btn add, and similarly the others, similarly the TV results, text views, and lastly the edit text fields. Now what's done, we are going to add click listener. I'm just adding a toast for just a display. And now let's change the icon for our main app. Let's go to image asset. You can select any icon, or now we can add a text, like we can add CS387, our course name. We can trim it, or we can change the colors similarly as shown. Okay, like trimming, changing the colors of foreground or background also can happen. Okay, or also I'm going to make a dog here to make it like little bit tilted. Okay, let's click finish. All type of icons will be created. Now let's get the input from the text fields. So dot text dot get text, and we have to convert it into string, because else we are getting the edit text type data. So now we are converting them to numbers, integer. Why we are only getting integer number? You can use float or double. Okay, now let's make the result once both inputs are taken, and let's display the result on TV result. So for this you have to TV result.set text have to be used. Okay, now let's change the color of the text view, color.blue. Okay, now let's run our app and see how it goes. So let's do 1 plus 4 equals 5. So it works. Now what we are going to do, we are going to check if the text is empty, or then we will not do anything else, we will calculate. So this is, so see, if we haven't entered the data, it says please enter the text. Also we can switch the focus, like we are going to show you. We can switch the focus from one view to another, like et number one dot request focus if first text is empty, or if second one is empty, you can shift to et number two dot request focus. You can see one, now automatically focus is switched to second.